2. A few minutes ago, I sat here and got about 15 minutes in and realized that I wasn't recording. It was on a photo. But my name is Janice. I live in a small little town, northern Alberta, Canada, with my partner, 3 children, 2 dogs, and a grandpuppy. So I got 3 dogs. This is my first episode. Something I've wanted to do for a long time, so I apologize if I feel a little bit, or I seem a little bit kind of odd and stiff. And I use the word "and" too much. I'll work on it. Because I realized the last time that I wasn't recording, I said "and" a lot, and I apologize for that. But welcome. I've wanted to do this for a long time. Just to come on and talk. You know, I don't think any of these little podcasts that I do will be structured. I just want to come on and be able to talk and ramble, share things. I love to knit, crochet, so I'll be sharing that, and also a little bit of other aspects of my life. I talk to my kids and my partner a lot about this, like my knitting and stuff, and I just, selective hearing. Sometimes I think it's just selective hearing. I know they listen. I mean, I know my partner now knows what a knit and a purl is, so I guess he really is listening. But yeah, I wanted to come on and, share some of my life and meet some of you people on here. Yeah, I love to watch podcasts. I watch a lot of them. And I don't remember half their names. I just go on YouTube and I see the subscription box and it has a number. I just see what's on and I watch it. But for today, it was a matter of just coming on and showing a little bit what I'm working on and introduce myself. It's Jan Dear Living Life, which is also on Ravelry. I post a little bit of my knitting and my stuff on there. So you may see times where you may see something I've baked or a meal that I'm making. I love to walk, and I'm an adamant nature lover. I love to be outside. I love it. Being in the woods, being in a field, walking down a dirt road is where my soul's happy. I feel very content being in touch with nature. There I go again. I almost said "and." But yeah, being outside. But, well, how about this? First off, my sister got a hold of me, I think 2 days ago now, and asked me to do her a cup cozy. So I was like, yeah, because they're small, they're quick, they're easy. And what's better than having, something you can do quick and easy, especially when you have big projects that take forever. And it's nice to have something you just do quickly in an evening and be done it. And it's nice. So I just did simple ones, just plain simple ones. This one here is, I just cast it on 16 stitches with a 5.5 needle. Oh, and this is Briggs and Little yarn as well. I don't know which one of theirs. It was just something I found in my stash. But I just cast it on 16 stitches and I knit until it was 7.25 inches. I still had about 1.5 inches in the back of the cup. She wanted it to fit a medium Tim Hortons cup. And for those of you who don't know what that is, here in Canada, we have coffee shops called Tim Hortons. I think it's probably the most popular in Canada. I think almost every town has one. Well, mostly every town has a Tim Hortons. So I just saved a medium Tim Hortons cup, measured it for that, and just plain knit. Nothing special. Now tomorrow I am going to put a little wooden button on here. When this little store in town that sells buttons and material and stuff. So I'm going to put a little button in the front of it to embellish it. And the other one I did, this one I have mixed feelings about. I think it's ugly. I shouldn't say that, but I do. I think it's like the 2 colors I used. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know if I can get this to focus good. There we go. This is done with DK weight held double. This is from an advent calendar that I got last Christmas from That Yarn Habit, who is also an Albertan dyer in Grand Prairie. Yeah, That Yarn Habit. Tara, definitely, her yarn's amazing. And yeah, so I just thought mix these two colors together. I thought, you know, a vintage, kind of looks vintage colors. Now when I finished it, it kind of looks like baby food, like green beans and squash mixed together. And this one was just a knit 2 purl 2 for 2 rows, and then a purl 2 knit 2 for 2 rows. And yeah, just quick, simple, something that I'm going to send to her back home. Yeah, I actually I was born in New Brunswick, Canada, on the East Coast, and moved to Alberta, I think roughly about 12 years ago. So if you ever hear me say home or back home, that's what I mean by back home is New Brunswick. I always tell people I have two homes. I have home and home home. Home is New Brunswick for me, and home is Alberta. They're both my homes. Yeah. So yeah, I did these up. This one I did last night, and this one I did up today in about, I think, 40 minutes. Just going to put some buttons on them and then send them to her tomorrow, which could take about a week for her to get them. Sometimes Canada Post can be quick. Sometimes Canada Post can be snail mail. So something else that I'm working on. If you look up, if you have Instagram, actually even on YouTube, her name is on there as Anna Knitter, I believe is what it is. Love her podcast. I also follow her on Instagram. She's doing what is an Anna Knitter blanket along. I believe she did one last year, but this is my first year doing it. So I am doing the mitered squares, the little small ones, which I think some people online, it's called the memory blanket, if I'm correct. I just call it mini mitered squares myself. But this is what I have been doing. I'm doing 9 little blocks. One of these little blocks is I cast on 40, and then I do the decrease down. But yeah, I think it's ugly. It's ugly that I love it. You know those things where you see something, it's like, how do you say that? It's so ugly, it's cute. I think it's how it is. Or it's so cute, it's ugly. I don't know. But this one here is not quite done. It's all fingering weight yarn. I did start off having these little lines facing all the way. But then when I get going and not pay attention, as you can tell, like this one's going the opposite way. I gave up because I was just having so much fun. I didn't care. I just casted them on. But this is how they're going to end up. There. Hope you guys can see it. I did a border around this one. And then I also have this one done. So I have 2 that are done with the gray border. And most of these blocks, I wouldn't say most of them, but some of them have come from, I think her name is Polka Dot on Ravelry. She has a shop in, I believe it's Calgary, Alberta. She's on Instagram as well. Beautiful yarn. Her yarn is just, and her colors, gorgeous. And then I have some of them are from Twisted Fiber Arts. Some of them, I don't know where they came from. I just know I went through my stash and did up a whole bunch of little balls. I'm not following a theme. I'm not trying to keep like pinks and blues. I literally haven't been paying attention. I will show you actually what I have my yarns kept in. One of these. Oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Little balls of heaven. This is what I'm doing my border in. But literally what I do is I just put my hand in and I grab. Although sometimes maybe I have, if I notice that it's 2 colors that are really close together, I'll just be like, no, don't do it. But this last one, I just went. They're mostly solids. I've treating it as a scrappy blanket. So I don't care. To me, I love making them. It's a mindless knit. It's a relaxing knit, which is a huge, huge thing for me. I suffer from really bad anxiety. I could be fine, and then the next minute I am feeling stressed. I am shaky, uncertain for no reason. This is what gets me through it. I go to my knitting. I go to my yarn. Also look at patterns. It's what keeps me balanced. I wish I could remember how my nanny said it when I was young. It was, I think it was idle hands, the devil's advocate. So she would say that if you keep your hands busy, keep your hands busy. And of course she was a knitter. So that's where, she suggested to me when I was a young teen, sorry, excuse me, about keeping my hands busy, that when you're knitting and you're counting stitches or you're crocheting, that maybe you don't have time to think about those unnecessary worries because you've got to keep, track of your stitches and keep track of your rows. So I took that with me in life, and that's where I'm at today is, I knit or I crochet. That's what balances me. Is sometimes it's 3 a.m, sometimes it's 4 a.m. It could be at any time. I also take knitting with me when I go on a car ride. Sorry. Because also it helps to soothe me, because sometimes being in the car in big cities, I'm not big on big cities. Like I said, I'm a country bumpkin. I love being in the country. So, but yeah, what more fun is this? In this basket, I got like the Red Riding Hood basket. Instead of having like biscuits, sorry about that. In it, I have my yarn. And if I was ever in the forest and I was walking and somebody came like the big bad wolf to get my basket, I would fight him off. I would not let anybody get my beautiful, beautiful balls. Sorry, that was a little weird. But yeah, so I am absolutely loving this. It's taking me time. But I do have a question for you guys. Each one of these is 20 on one side. So it would go 20, 40, 60, down this side. So when I pick up for the border, which is the first side, I would pick up 60. So, sorry, if I want to do one solid block without the border, would I cast on 120 stitches? Because that would be 60 and then 60. Question for you, if anyone can help me out. Yeah, because I thought it'd be kind of cool to have maybe just a plain border. Not a plain border, but a plain block scattered throughout it, right? And I'm going to continue to go on with these until I am out of these little balls. And then when I'm done with them, then I'm going to be done the blanket. Well, it could end up being just a little lapgan, which I'm fine with. But this is my go-to. I love it. Oh, notification. My honey. This is what keeps me. Oh, and I'm doing each block, one of these ones, in a 3.5 milliliter. 3.5 mm. I don't know what I just said. Sorry. The border is done in a 3.75. Yes. So that's my go-to. I was doing about a block to 2 blocks a day, but I got busy on something else, which I'm going to share with you guys on the next episode. Yeah, because I got to do a little bit more work on it, but it's beautiful. And it's what I'm learning that's new. I can't wait to show you guys. Oh, and what I'm wearing. My Myra hat. It's by Knox Mountain. They're on Instagram, Ravelry. I made this 3 years ago, I believe. I think 3 years ago when we were living in Saskatchewan. I love it. It fits nice and snug. It was done out of, I believe, Estelle's DK, if I'm correct. It's been so long. It used to have a pom-pom on it. I have washed and I have dried this. Because I find a lot of my hats, they stretch out. Because I'm a hat wearer. Don't be surprised if most of my episodes, my videos, my podcasts, sorry, I'm wearing a hat. I love a hat. I have to have a hat on my head. I'm just addicted to wearing hats. But it's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. It's nice and snug and keeps my ears covered. Yeah, so something else I like to show you is this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I should actually put it on to show you guys. Just love it. And trust me, here, I haven't worn it in the last week because it's just been a little bit warmer and it's too hot outside. Not hot outside, but I get too hot. But when we, here about a month ago, we went through a cold snap. We were getting like minus 40, minus 30 below all day and all night. It was horrible. It was so cold. This, oh, it's amazing. The pattern is called the Scattering Petals Cowl by, I think I'm going to say her name right, Dana Ray Makes on Instagram. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful pattern. Oh, so nice. So simple. Love it. And I did this out of the Yarn Advent by That Yarn Habit. So that's what all of these colors are. I think the only one that's not is this one right here. This one wasn't. I added it just to have an extra splash. So, remember I told you I like baskets. I don't know if I told you I like baskets. Well, if I didn't tell you I like baskets, I love baskets. Look at this one. Oh, look. Sorry. Yes, I'm a basket lover. Has to have a handle. Love it. But aren't these beautiful? Oh, just gorgeous. Love them. DK is my favorite weight yarn. I love DK weight yarn. I'm not sure why, but I just, like, look at this. And, like, look. Isn't that just, oh, love them. But yeah, that's what I put into this. And I learned something new with this pattern too, because it was done, there was 2 circular needles. So when you finished it, I did the Kitchener stitch in the round with 2 circular needles. Never done it before. And I don't think I'll ever do it again. I didn't enjoy it at all. Maybe because I need more practice. Maybe that's what it was. But I just found it a bit not something that I enjoyed. If I were to do this again, I think I would just find a different way to sew the ends together. Although doing it the way the pattern calls for, it's smart because you really can't see your seam. So yeah, I think that's where I did the seam. And this one right here, the dark one here. But yeah, you really can't make it out much. A couple spots are a little bit bumpy and lumpy and loopy, but this definitely came in handy for when it was freezing outside. I wore it a lot, and it'll be something to come in handy for next year. Now with my leftover balls, these, I'll show you again. Oops. Oh, that's still in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. I haven't figured it out. I thought maybe do maybe little corner to corner squares. Maybe. and do a pillow, or find a design for a pillow, or I could just, oh, sorry. It's kind of a weird setup here. I'm sitting on a, I don't know if you call it a stool or a bench. I don't know. Not comfortable though. So I'm not sure what to do with the ends, but, or I could do socks. I love knitting DK socks, which I will show you some of mine the next time that I'm back on. I love, love, love knitting DK socks. So I'm not sure. Maybe you guys have any ideas for what to do with leftovers, but I was thinking of maybe doing the corner to corner mini squares and making a pillow. I've been wanting to make pillows lately, like a knit pillow or a crocheted pillow, like a cushion cover. I just want to put some more splash of color, you know, in my home and around me. But yeah, so it was my first time doing an advent too. I'd never done an advent before, and I absolutely loved doing it. Same thing with a lot of these little small balls, like this is one of the ones here, the fingering weight from Twisted Fiber Arts. Oh, amazing, amazing. Her little skeins were different weights. Not different weights, they were fingering, but different, what would you call that? Fibers, I guess be the way to call it. Beautiful. And her colors, I want to see if I can find one in this basket. Like, look at this. Oh, awesome, beautiful colors. Here's another one too. You can see this one. Looking weird in the background. But yeah, I've got my minis. So I am not going to show you what I'm also working on. It's another cowl. I'm going to wait because I need to finish a few more things on it before I want to show any more of it. But, oh, also I need to show you a big look at this. Isn't that beautiful? This is done by, I think it's called Longview Creations. She's also here in Alberta. I do believe Spruce Grove or Stony Plain. Look her up on Instagram. I have a few of her bags. Love, love, love her bags. And this, my daughter made me this. My daughter's a crocheter. I taught her to crochet a few years ago. She likes to do the little mini ones. She does even smaller than this. She does like micro crochet. So she made me a little teddy bear to put on here. She made, I think, her brother a turtle. I forget what else she made. But she's going to be coming with me on one of these episodes. I'm hoping the next one, because I want you guys to meet her. She's a delight. She is a delight. She's a mini me. So, of course, she's a delight. Sorry, I'm just joking. Not really, though. But, yeah. Love, love, love her bags. This is what I keep my mitered squares in. Like my little extra balls. Like I've got a couple of them in here already. So when I'm traveling or when I'm going somewhere, I keep a few balls in here, my needle in here, and I take it with me. But right now, this is my favorite bag because it looks like quilt. It looks like quilt blocks. And yeah, I love it. One of my favorites. Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you one last thing. This. I still have to put a button on it. But isn't this beautiful? I did not make this. My mom did. It's a beautiful story. My mom is blind. She started going blind when she was 12. She was taught to knit, and she still knits today. This woman knits. I don't know what she can't knit. But getting this, things like this, and beautiful dishcloths. Look at this. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, these have such a strong meaning to me. So when I get anything in the mail from my mom, it kind of reminds me that, you know, I can do it. On days if I get discouraged with a pattern or something that I can't do, or I feel like I can't do, it's like, yes, you can. My mom did this, and she's blind. Beautiful, beautiful knitter. Oh, she's a wonderful person. I love my mom. She's such a wonderful soul. You know, such a beautiful woman. Yeah, so every once in a while, I will get her to send me some little tea towels. I have something else coming in the mail from her. She knit me and my partner some slippers. So she'll do mittens and hats for the kids, socks. She knit my son it's a tin can knit sweater, and I cannot remember the name of it. But she knit my son a sweater this year. She's done lots of baby blankets. She's done baby blankets for all of my children. Baby sweaters, baby booties. She's just a beautiful, beautiful knitter. Just beautiful, and, you know, an amazing soul. So when the other ones arrive from her, the slippers, I will definitely be showing them off to you guys as well. But, oh, this is one here too, but I need to sew it up. She didn't get a chance to sew it. Sometimes she'll send me things and she has me darn the ends in for her. So, or a lot of times when she's looking for a pattern, she calls me and I look up a pattern, I email it to her. Her phone reads the pattern off to her so she can hear it and then do her knitting. There's a lot of times that she will FaceTime me so she can ask me what this color of yarn is and that color of yarn. Because sometimes my dad has a habit of not telling her the correct colors because he doesn't really look up. She'll be like, hey, Dwight, is this red? And he'll just be like, yep, that's red, Debbie. Yeah, he didn't look. And then mom's knitting and she'll show me. I'll be like, oh, you know, that's really nice blue. And she's like, wait, what? Your dad said this was red. I'm like, no, Mom, that's blue. And then, you know, my dad gets in big trouble. Sometimes I think he does it on purpose, just to get a rise out of her. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then last but not least, I am going to cast on a pair of socks. When? Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Out of this. Look at this. If you can see it. Isn't that pretty? I got it from, there's a place in Stony Plain, Alberta called Joe's Yarn Garden. And I got it from there and she dyed it. But I lost the tag to it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's alpaca and nylon. I'm not sure. I know it's really, really soft. You can kind of see like the bit of the haze right there from it. Oh, but it's so soft. So I am going to cast on a pair of socks. I don't know which pattern yet. I might just do a simple vanilla one. I'm not sure. But I feel like I need to have a pair of socks on the needles. I don't have any socks on the go. Actually, I do. I have one pair. We'll talk about them later. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Almost said and I hope you come back. I'm not sure how often I'll do this. I think whenever I feel it and the urge is there, that I need to come on and just say hi or to talk, then I think I will. But in the meantime, I hope you have a good day or night, whichever it is for you, that if you're waking up, that you have a good morning, and if you're going to sleep, that you have a good night. Take care. Bye.